Hello and welcome to this Long Island weather alert. Well, we got air quality issues. We're watching a front coming that's going to trigger some thunderstorms. You can see here this is a satellite from earlier, and you can see it's a lot of haze in the sky today. A mix of ozone at the surface and a little bit of wildfire smoke, and just really just made for a really day with a really bad air quality. The only area where you could really go and take a walk was at the beach, because other than that, you can also see these thunderstorms forming here. But other than that, it's what the sky looked like today. Just it's what it looked like at Long Beach this evening. And you can see here, just look at all that haze there in the sky. Really, though it was pleasant, it was nice and cool. Nice breeze there. It was only in the upper 60s there. But you can see again, this is the sun going down. You can see just how hazy and murky it looks. Just really crappy air. And that's why we've got this air quality alert in effect for our entire area here. And that continues until 11 p.m. this evening, though. It might wind up being extended into tomorrow, perhaps. It's very possible. They're saying it is for the ground level ozone, but there is a little bit of smoke in there, too. So the air quality alert may have to be extended into tomorrow, but you can see all the air quality alerts that are in our area right now. So that kind of gives you an idea of the kind of air quality we're dealing with. Now, if you're at the beach, it's beautiful. 65 degrees. Beautiful at the beach. But the minute you go inland, its temperatures start rising. You're in the upper 60s. Once you move into the mainland of Long Island on the South Shore, once you get to the middle part of Nassau County, you got low 70s, and the North Shore still in the mid 70s. 70 at Farmingdale, Islip it's at 70. It's humid too, dew point 64, so the humidity's up there too. So I have all these things making it feel pretty uncomfortable out there. And the more inland you go in the city, you got 81 at Central Park and 72 at Miller Air Park and west of Toms River. And in my alley, let's see what we got in the alley here. 76. Oh, hold on. 76 degrees. So, well, between 76 and 77, which is a lot warmer than most places on Long Island. So, yeah, you know what it means. Yep.
Oh, I hate this place!
So, I have to play that. So it's just not as big of a difference as last night, but still a difference. And when there's a decent difference, I will play that sound clip every time. I don't care. Because that's exactly how I feel. But if you're along the beach, it's beautiful. 65 degrees. Beautiful there. But inland, the minute you go inland, the warmer it gets. Let's take a look at what our highs were today, and hopefully we'll have the temperature data from... Yeah, we should have that time. They fixed that. So, let's take a look at what our highs were. And you'll see here, only 82 at Farmingdale. It was a decent sea breeze today. And again, they had that murkiness, which kind of weakened the sun. Between that and the breeze, it was 83 at Islip. So we did not see 90 at Islip like I thought. The winds were a little more southwesterly. But you do see some areas. Central Nassau definitely got into the mid-80s. North Shore, upper 80s, and near 90 around the North Shore here, Suffolk County. So more toward the North Shore, it was hotter. Definitely hotter. And then you make your way into the city, and it was even warmer there. Let's see what we have over there for highs. I wish this site would not be so slow, and I don't know why it does this. It just likes to hang, and for no freaking reason, it just hangs. All right, the high was 86 at Central Park, 88 at LaGuardia, 85 at Kennedy, and I'm sure in Jersey it was probably above 90 again. Let's see, 90 in the Pine Barrens west of Toms River, and Toms River itself 89. But if you were along the shore, your highs were only in the low 80s, and I guess maybe they had a breeze over there. Perhaps, let's see. 73, not as nice as here, but some effect at all. The lows, it was a very warm night everywhere, mid-60s, and then it didn't really drop much below the mid-60s. And the alley didn't even go below 70, so we do see a 59 at West Hampton, interestingly enough. Let's look at our Islip climate statistics for the day. High of 83, a low of 63. 9 degrees above normal on the high, 7 degrees above normal on the day. So that is what we dealt with today. Today will be the hottest day, probably. So thunderstorms, there are some out there. You can see upstate, we've got some pretty strong thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms, actually, up near Albany. It looks like approaching Albany. You can look at this radar here. You can see these thunderstorms right here. So we got nice complex of thunderstorms here heading toward Albany, and this is going to move closer to us tomorrow. If we look at the Weather Prediction Center, you see here there's this front right here draped down. Now it's going to take its time because we have another low over here that's going to slow this front down. So it's not really going to make it through until we get toward later Saturday into Sunday. We'll see some relief from the humidity. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. Storm Prediction Center. This is what we're dealing with. So you can see marginal risk to the northwest. And then as we go into day tomorrow, let's find tomorrow here, day 2, just to our north, we've got a marginal risk. Again, just to our north. So it's close enough that it's to be watched. And even a level 2 slight risk for interior Massachusetts. Moving into day 3, Saturday, not as much activity. So it was looking like, oh, maybe we'd see some severe weather Saturday. Now it's not looking likely at all. It's all over the south pretty much. I will show the lightning, see how much lightning these storms are generating. And yeah, it's generating a decent amount of lightning. Nothing crazy, however. But this is definitely going to stay to the north and west tonight. We're not going to be dealing with it at all tonight at all. So let's go to the... let's go back to the satellite here. We'll look at the smoke situation. Go to the CONUS here, because the smoke situation is something you can see. Most of the country dealing with smoke right now. You can see all the activity in the Midwest. There's a whole bunch of thunderstorm issues over there. But the smoke is, most of the thickest smoke is being confined pretty much to Canada. So if we look at it from here, you will see that the thickest smoke is confined to Canada. But very interestingly enough, you can see it's like caught in like this gyre, like a low pressure. You can see that looks like Greenland. It looks like the smoke is making it all the way to Greenland. So we got lots of smoke, but the thickest smoke, again, off in Canada pretty much. We're dealing with. We can look at the MODIS satellite as well and track this smoke. And this kind of shows up real nice on this. You can see the smoke right here, so you can see how it's going all the way across the... It even made it into Europe. Yeah, there it is in Europe. That's actually made it into Russia now. So it's circling the planet. How's that for crazy? I can show you yesterday's, too. You can see the smoke in Europe as well. And it's just a crazy amount of smoke. All that brown there. Orange skies, that's in Saskatchewan in these areas here. They're dealing with it. You can see that thick smoke. This is from today. Looks like the fires have flared up again. Oh, yeah. Looks like here's just the ones in Saskatchewan. Here are the ones in Manitoba province. You can see it's just one. But most of the thickest smoke is going to the north. But we're gonna have to deal with it eventually again. I think it's going to be worse the next time. Let's go and look at the smoke models before we talk about the actual weather. We'll get that over with first. Start with the RAP model. I'm just curious also if any of these sites in Canada have reported smoke at all. Let's see. If they've reported any smoke at all. Haze, yeah, there you go. They were reporting haze. They're reporting some haze. Look at that. So it made it all the way over to the east side of Hudson Bay. That's pretty nuts right there. This is pretty far away. Churchill. Let's see if I can find Churchill. Churchill's over here somewhere. Churchill's probably been dealing with it too as well. Let's see. Mist, light rain. I haven't had to deal with it. And then there's also the other factor, sand from the Sahara. That's also another issue. If you go and we'll look at the southeast, the Caribbean here. There's been sand. It's not quite as easy to see on the satellite, but there's been dust and sand from the Sahara that's made it over Florida too. So dealing with a lot of these weird air quality issues. And again, some of these sites here could be reporting some haze in the air, even well up over here. Which is pretty insane. I'm kind of curious about Greenland, if they reported any haze. This is bad because the smoke, what will happen is it'll condense on the top of these glaciers, make them darker, and that's going to cause more melting. So that's why it's a real concern. I don't see any visibility reductions in Greenland, but it wouldn't surprise me if there were some. Hey, it's just the beginning. So before we get to that, let's go and look at the smoke models here. We'll first start with the RAP. So let's do that. So you can see we're still dealing with some smoke in our area. You can see that. Though it tends to get a little thinner maybe by tomorrow. And then maybe a little more of a break as we get towards Saturday, the 7th. So we'll get a break, but then behind that front, we may get back into it again. We could do the near-surface smoke as well. And you can see there's definitely near-surface smoke. So there's like, oh, it's ozone. No, some of it's smoke too. Though it's not as easily smelled as it was a couple of days ago, but there definitely seems to be some smoke particles around, for sure. So that's the RAP, and then we'll go to the HRRR, which is a higher resolution one. I can only go the 18Z one. So we'll look at this. Just get used to it. This is the new normal. We're looking at smoke models now during the summer all the time. You can see here, definitely going to still be some haze tomorrow. It tends to get a little better on Saturday, but we're going to have plenty of clouds around too. So that's really the issue. And again, just all those deniers who say there's no smoke at the surface, clearly see that there is some smoke at the surface. Definitely is some. And you combine that with the ozone and the humidity, it makes for some really crappy air quality. So let's talk about the weather as far as precipitation. Go to the European here. You can see for tomorrow that high Atlantic high is now slowly budging a little bit. See, there's like a weak area of low pressure, but again, most of that precipitation stays off to the northwest. And then Saturday, we have a better chance of seeing some precipitation, but it really won't be all that widespread. And then we get to Sunday, and it's drier. But the front kind of gets hung up to the south, and you can see what happens. The Euro is trying to bring in some rain to the south, perhaps Sunday evening. And then some of that might move into our area on Monday. Trying to form like a little low there, and then it's going to be unsettled as we get toward next week. You can see that. We have to get through Monday and Tuesday, and then finally Wednesday we'll see some improvement. But in the near term, we'll go to the HRRR. And first start with dew points and wind flow, just to show you again the humidity that we're dealing with. So again, we have southwest winds tomorrow. Again, similar winds. Winds are a little more south-southwest, so I think it'll be a little cooler tomorrow. And then we see what forms like a little low forming off to the south. Here's Saturday. You can see that little low forming off to the south. We still have south winds. It doesn't really turn the winds to the east at all. That's as far as we'll go on the HRRR. But temperatures won't drop much tonight, and then tomorrow it'll still be pretty warm. I still think a lot of areas on Long Island will get close to 80 degrees, probably still above 80 where I'm at. Jersey probably not so much, not quite as hot, probably 85 to 90, probably not as many 90-degree readings there. And then temperatures still don't drop that much, but Saturday you notice how much cooler it is because of the cloud cover. Temperatures will be only in the upper 60s and low 70s, though it's showing there could be some more sun, perhaps over Jersey, where it gets closer to 80. So let's look at our SBK. Let's do the Cape first. I'll show you where the Cape is. And it's showing some Cape, impressive Cape to the northwest, though. So definitely good chance of seeing severe weather where you see those higher Cape numbers. But because of the coastal marine layer, it tends to keep things more stable over our area. And then Saturday, yeah, it's nothing because it's cool. It's too cool, basically. So let's go to the precipitation here. See what this is generating as far as precipitation goes. And you see definitely some thunderstorms flaring just to the north. Tomorrow evening, there might be some storms that might wind up hitting the North Shore, some showers of thunderstorms. The North Shore might get affected. And then as we get later into Saturday night, maybe a few showers. Nothing really terribly widespread. Going into Saturday, you can see it's definitely showing some more widespread activity on Saturday here for thunderstorms, showers, and possible thunderstorms, particularly the early part of the afternoon, and then by the evening it sort of improves a little bit because this looks like the actual cold front coming through right here. But if we look at dew points, yeah, kind of a lag here. So it's a very diffuse front, which, again, if you want severe weather, that's not going to be great for trying to get some severe weather in the picture. Let's go to the NAM next. We have more of the 0Z NAM, and so let's look at this one. So here's the 0Z NAM. And you see we're mostly dry tomorrow, and then you can see that does have some thunderstorms and also off. NAM not quite as generous with the activity. It doesn't even get it into Long Island very much. You can see there's a low that's kind of floating around offshore there. But here's the front on Saturday. You could see definitely maybe a better chance of seeing some precipitation, I think, on Saturday versus tomorrow. I think that's what it's looking like right now. It really won't be much, going by what we have here. If we look at the total accumulated precip on here, most of it's off to the northwest. Compare that with the HRRR. Do total precipitation. Yeah, most of it's off to the north. So, again, our area, it depends on where these showers and thunderstorms obviously develop, but not everybody is going to get it. It's going to be patchy, for sure. Now we'll move on over to skies. Well, I want to go a little bit further, just to talk about the weekend in this video, because I'll cover that in this video. Let's go to the European here, just to show you that front. You can see it kind of just struggles to get through. It barely makes it through. So it stalls to the south. That's the problem we have. So we really don't see that much relief. Stall front syndrome. So that's why Sunday is not going to turn out to be that great. And you can see it forms that low right over us. So, yeah, may have to talk about something Saturday night. I don't know. We'll have to see. But, yeah, it's trying to bring precipitation as early as Sunday night. This is what the European is showing. All right. The 18Z European. I'm curious if the 12Z was as aggressive. Yeah, pretty much. Whereas if you look at the GFS, yeah, GFS is a little different. It just evaporates it. NAM 12. I don't think the NAM 12 is going to take us. Yeah, NAM 12 is similar to the European. So, yeah, so the whole day Sunday may not be dry. Neither day is really great. It's sort of unsettled, unfortunately. Because we got to deal with stall front syndrome. You know, we can't get the front through. So, because of that, don't expect any clear skies. And even if we did have clear skies, we'll go to the 18Z. There could probably still be smoke around. So tomorrow, you see there'll be some sun, partly sunny conditions. But then as you get into Saturday, there's going to be plenty of cloud cover. And then Sunday, yeah, it looks like plenty of cloud cover as well. Maybe a break toward the afternoon, but if you weren't clear, you have to go well to the north here for any real improvement, unfortunately. So, yeah, the weekend's not great. It's a semi not so great weekend, you know. It's just not a really great summertime weather weekend, unfortunately. It's going to be a little unsettled. And also, it won't be that warm either if we look at these temperatures here with that east wind we're going to have. You know, it'll keep the temperatures down, generally only in the upper 60s and low 70s, so it won't be as warm either. So that's the other thing here. And this is the RGM. I can look at the European, too. You see, it's not, well, it's showing some warmth. We'll have to see. Sunday is generally the better of the 2 days for the weekend, so we'll have to see. But unfortunately, I'm not impressed with the thunderstorm chances. Unfortunately, I can go to one more model here, HDRPS. We'll look at the temperatures. I mean, we'll look at the what it's doing for radar. You can see all the action is off to the northwest, especially for tomorrow. We're not really going to see much of anything. And then Saturday, maybe a better chance. Maybe. So Saturday will have to be watched. If things change, I'll have another video for you tomorrow night. Otherwise, I'm not. But we'll have to keep an eye on this as well. But unfortunately, yeah. If you're looking for a nice sunny day, well, you had it this week. You had the sun and the smoke. But this weekend, we're going to be dealing with more clouds in the mix, for sure, and the chance for some showers and maybe a thunderstorm Not the greatest weekend, and then hopefully we can clear this out next week at some time, but then we'll have to worry about down the line if we see any more smoke or not. So that's all I got for you tonight. Have a great weekend.